Here in the section we have distance formula of the distance d between the points x1, y1, and x2, y2, and the rectangular coordinate system is equal to square root of change in x. So we have x2 minus x1 squared plus change in y, y2 minus y1 squared. Here example, find the distance between these two ordered pairs, -1, -3, and 2, positive 3. Express the answer in simplified radical form and then run to two decimal places. So what we have here on the spot, let x1, y1 equal to -1, -3, and x2, y2 is equal to 2, 3. Now using what we have here in this formula, square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So x2 is 2 and x1 is -1. So subtract these two and square, plus y2 is 3 and y1 is -3. So subtract these two and then square. So what we have here, 2 minus -1, so negative times negative is positive 1. We have 2 plus 1 is 3, then 3 squared is 9. For this one, negative times negative is positive, so 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 squared is 36. Now 9 plus 36 is 45, finding square root of 45. So 45 is equal to 9 times 5. So here we have square root of 9 times 5, and that is equal to square root of 9 times square root of 5. Square root of 9 is equal to 3, so 3 times square root of 5. So this is what we have here. And then using calculator, 3 times square root of 5, rounding to two decimal places is equal to 6.71. Now, other example, we have these ordered pairs. x1, y1 is -1, 4, and x2, y2 is 2, -3. So finding distance is equal to square root of x2 minus x1. x2 is 2, x1 is -1, square plus y2 minus y1. So y2 is -3 and y1 is 4. Subtract these two and then square. Here we have negative times negative, that is positive. So 2 plus 1 is 3. And then we have -3 minus 4, that is -7. So 3 squared is 9. -7 squared is 49. 9 plus 49 is 57. So finding square root of 57, running to two decimal places, answer is 7.62. The midpoint formula, consider a line segment whose endpoints are x1, y1, and x2, y2. The coordinates of the segment's midpoint are, so we have to add x's divided by 2, add y divided by 2. So we have x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Example, find the midpoint of the line segment with endpoints 1, 2, and 7, -3. Here we have to add x1, x2, we have 1 plus 7, then divide by 2, adding y1, y2, so we have 2 plus -3, that is -1, divided by 2. So our answer is 8 divided by 2, -1 divided by 2. So here we have 4, -1 over 2. So this is our final answer for this part. That is our midpoint based on these two ordered pairs. And then here we have these two ordered pairs, 3, 4, and -5, -3. Add x1, x2, so 3 plus -5 divided by 2, y1 plus y2, so 4 plus -3, and then divide by 2. So what we have here, 3 plus -5, that is -2, divided by 2, and 4 plus -3, that is +1, then divide by 2. So here midpoint is -1, 1 over 2. circles. Here we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. So here center is h comma k, and we have this point on the circle that is x comma y, and here this part is radius, so that is r. This is our equation. So the equation of circle centered at h comma k with radius r is given by x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. So center is h comma k, and radius, that is square root of r squared, and it's equal to r. So radius is the square root of what we have here. Here we have r squared. So based on what is given here, it's asking to find center and radius of the following circles and then graph. So we have x plus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared equal to 9. So how we can find center is x plus 1 equal to 0. So based on that, x is negative 1. So this is what they have here. And then for this part, we have y minus 2 equal to 0. So y is equal to 2. And this is what we have here. So center is negative 1, comma 2. And what we have here on this part, that is how we can find radius. So radius is equal to square root of 9. And that is equal to positive 3. And how we can graph, find center. So that is negative 1, positive 2. So it's this point. That is center. And then radius is 3. So we have to move 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3 to the left, 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 down, finding all these points and then connect to draw the circle. So this is our graph. And then here we have x squared plus y squared equal to 25. So what we have here, before using power, we only have x, and that is equal to 0, y equal to 0. So we did same thing, same as what we had here. So before power, we only had that part, x plus 1, and here we had y minus 2. So equal to 0 each one, and then solve for x and y. But in this case, we only have x, so this means we have x minus 0 squared, y minus 0 squared. So center is 0, 0. And then what we have here is 25, so use that number, and r is equal to square root of 25, so the answer is 5. This is radius. And then to graph, first find center, that is 0, 0. Use radius, so moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to left to find these 2 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down to find all these 4 points, and then connect all these 4 to draw circle. So this is our graph. Now here we have to write the standard form of the equation of circle with center is given as negative 2, comma, positive 8, and radius is 4. So based on the equation that we have for the circle, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. This is h, this is k, because that is center. So instead of h, use negative 2, instead of k, use 8. And r is 4, so we have r squared. This means we have 4 squared. Negative times negative is positive 2. So we have x plus 2 squared plus y minus 8 squared equal to 16. So this is what we have for our equation. Under example, find the center and radius of a circle. This equation is x minus 3 squared plus y plus 5 squared equal to 9. And then graph the equation. Use the graph to identify the relations, domain, and range. So based on what we have here on this part, we have x minus 3 equal to 0. So x is 3. Here on this part we have y plus 5 equal to 0. So y is equal to -5, meaning that center is 3, comma -5. And here on this part we have 9. So radius is equal to square root of 9, and that is equal to 3. Then part B, we have to graph. So find center, 3, -5 is this point. Radius is 3, so 1, 2, 3 to right, 1, 2, 3 to left, 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 down, to find all these 4 points and then connect all these to draw this circle. So the 4 points that I have here, this one is 3, -2, this one is 0, -5, here we have 3, -8, and this is 6, -5. Now find the domain and range. The domain is what we have on x-axis, starting from this point. So because our graph from left starts from this point 0, -5, moving to right, our graph stops here. So what we have on x-axis, it's starting from 0 up to this point, 6. So that means we have bracket 0, comma, positive 6, close bracket. Because this is equal to its closed circles, not open circle. If we had open circle, we're going to have parentheses, but here we have closed circle, so it's bracket. And then for range, starting from this point up to this point, so what we have on y-axis here is -2, and here is -8. So our range is bracket -8, comma, -2, close bracket. The general form of the equation of a circle, x squared plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0, where d, e, and f are real numbers. For example, identify center and radius of the following circles, or the vertex and direction of the given parabolas. So what we have here, this is a circle. We have x minus 2 squared plus y squared equal to 6. So center is x minus 2 equal to 0, solving for x, that is 2. And here we have y equal to 0, so center is 2, comma 0. And r is, based on what we have here, is equal to square root of 6. So what we have for circles, we always have this power square for x and y. And x squared plus y squared. So we have plus sign, and then coefficients are the same. Here again, we have circle because we have x squared y squared. Then minus 2x plus 6y equal to 6. So this one is not in this form. So first write in the form of what we usually use. So writing all x's first. So x squared minus 2x, and then y squared plus 6y equal to 6. Now we have to find this part, which is equal to the coefficient of x. So in that case, coefficient of x is -2, divide by 2, and then square. So here we have -1 squared, so that is equal to 1. This is how we got 1 for that part. And then for y squared plus 6y, here coefficient of y is 6, so use that, 6 divided by 2 squared, so that is 3 squared, so it's equal to 9. Use 9 here. So we added 1 and we added 9. We should do same thing on the other side. So add 1 and add 9. Because here we have equality. Whatever we add on left, we should do same thing on right side. So based on that, what this part is, x squared minus 2x plus 1 is equal to x minus 1 squared. And y squared plus 6y plus 9, that is equal to y plus 3 squared. And how I got this part, so I have x, and this one is coefficient of x, negative 2 divided by 2, so that is negative 1. And this part is what we had for y, coefficient of y was 6, so 6 divided by 2 is 3. So for that part we used negative 1 and positive 3 before using power. Before using power, because later we have to use power here on this part outside parentheses. And then equal to 6 plus 1 plus 9, so that is equal to 16. Based on this equation, what we have for center is 1, comma, negative 3, and radius is equal to square root of 16, so that is equal to 4.